Trying to make conversation with someone in a loud room can be difficult. The person is obviously talking and the sound they are making exists, but you can barely hear it due to the loudness of other things going on. Or in this case, the horn of a giant Martian tripod. In this mission from Modern Warfare 3, there's a small section that you just watched, where you disguise the detonation of explosives to blend in with the rumble of thunder. Hey YouTube, let us open the conversation to unorthodox ways of maintaining a stealthier approach to your in-game engagements of Warzone and by extension multiplayer or any other shooter game. Keeping these ideas and concepts in the back of your mind can present a solution to a problem in-game and in real time. There are occasions when an aggressive player has the opportunity to push on an enemy but doesn't have a dead silence. Of course, dead silence isn't the only way you can hide your movement. There are other methods to come up with a sort of poor man's dead silence. This technique Price uses can be referred to as sound masking. You may have seen the same idea used in movies. It can also be used by timing movement or engagement with a louder sound. Commotion is found all over the combat zone, and yet the crescendo lacks consistency. However, there are a few predictable peals throughout Warzone that you can use for information. Some of these perpetual peals, although very few, include things like the circle announcements, countdown timers, the train horn and the rumbling of its movement, and even the fresh spawn announcement. Due to how short they are, however, they can only cover your audio for a few meters of running, so don't use it as a reliable audio cover and expect great results.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
In the same way that a magician can point you in one direction to distract you from him taking your watch, players can be unorthodox and use misdirection to distract the enemy and even point them in a different direction. Other loud sounds can be used as cover to mask your movement by player-initiated action. There's no better way to say, hey, unload an entire mag into me on your back than using a vehicle. Someone who is willing to sacrifice can say to his team,
"You two go ahead while I distract him."
Vehicles are a large target and can draw an enemy team's attention just long enough for the rest of the team to move in. The only problem with this is that there are some higher level players that will see right through this strategy.
Car. Yeah, he's a distraction.
If you do not have a friend willing to be the bait in a squad push, you could always try to use kill streaks. Kill streaks, whether looted, stolen, or bought, offer protection in the form of 2 flying hogs raining precise 30mm ammunition out of its rotary gun, or 105mm artillery ordnance carpeting a small area for about 15 seconds. The point is that the nature of the kill streaks themselves keep the enemy's heads tucked behind their cover, while also nearly entirely leaving your footsteps. Decoy grenades are solely designed for the purpose of misdirection, and nothing tells an enemy, hey, look over here, than throwing a ball of loud gunshots in a different direction to get them leaning the wrong way. In the case that none of the above are available for use, even using your own teammates can be a good idea for being a distraction to enemies. In this situation, the way my team drew the attention of the enemy was to have 3 of us shoot at the building while I pushed. This can be so effective that you'll have an entire team looking the wrong way. Just don't get cocky and try to do a finishing move while all 3 are still alive. The point of this is that there are more ways of masking movement than just dead silence. For newer players, learning to comprehend this concept not only applies in the Warzone, but can also go across multiple situations in video games and in real life. You just need to develop an eye for realizing when to apply it.
You eliminated the most wanted target. Good job.
Hercules 1-1 exiting south. Thanks for the work.